A freak meteor shower in Russia's Ural mountains has left at least 250 people injured and in a state of panic. Now, this footage caught through mobile cameras show a series of explosions in skies due to meteorite showers. According to witnesses, houses shuddered, windows were blown out and cell phones were in fact stopped working. Unconfirmed reports till now suggest the meteorite was intercepted by an air defense unit. A missile salvo reportedly blew the meteorite to pieces at an altitude of 20 kilometers. My colleague Ruchika is joining us from the news. She, of course, has been tracking all details of this freak meteorite shower in Russia, which has caused damage to property. A lot of people have been injured in the Ural mountains in Russia. Ruchika joined us right now. Ruchika, what are the latest details that you're getting for us on this story?
Well, Preeti, it seems today is the day of incredible celestial activity, even as the world was talking about an asteroid which is going to pass very close to Earth, though not going to have any sort of impact. We saw the surprise meteor shower in Russia, and I just want to take you through the reaction on social media, which started with the startle. In fact, there was a shockwave after the shattered pane glasses and loud noises that were heard initially in central and south Russia, and thereafter people started uploading videos, a lot of them actually talking about the loud noise that was made by this meteor shower. People couldn't actually gather what exactly was happening, and then the tweets started coming in from media agencies where they started talking about how several people, close to 250 people, have been injured in four of the provinces in southern Russia.
You know, Ruchika, hold on to that thought. We're going to go back, cut across to you to get more reactions on what, of course, is filtering in on Twitter and on the internet. But giving us more perspective on this freak meteorite shower, on the phone line with us is Mr. Arvind Paranjpai. He is the director of the Nehru Planetarium. So thank you for joining us. A lot of people who are going to be looking at these visuals would be shocked, would be scared, would be panicked. Could you break it down for us on what these visuals actually mean? How has this meteorite shower caused so much damage?
You see, I also saw the news just like you did some time back. And my first fear was that there is a flyby of another asteroid that is tonight around 1 o'clock. And I was wondering whether this was a part of that particular piece. So it looked as if the meteor came from eastern direction or western direction. It's not too clear to me the direction in which it came. But having said this, yes, it is such a stone falling in on the surface of the earth can be very devastating. And particularly, people have been saying that if such a piece of rock falls in the sea, that it can generate tsunamis and can cause widespread destruction. But from the news that I am seeing right now, it looks that this has been a fairly safe hit. I mean, people are only injured, not major destruction or major loss of life, as they were saying. I mean, loss of life has taken place.
Mr. Paranjpai, thank you for joining us there. We are getting more reactions on this story. Professor R.C. Kapoor from the Indian Institute of Astrophysics joins us right now. Mr. Kapoor, we just spoke to Mr. Paranjpai, the director of the Nehru Planetarium. You know, there are a lot of people would be panicking right now. The question I put forth is, come 1 o'clock tonight, there is an asteroid which is going to be passing very close to the Earth. Now, could this be the effect of the same asteroid?
No, it could not be, because there are so many and millions of them floating around, and most of them are in an asteroid belt between the orbits of Mars and Jupiter. But there are many which have drifted closer to the Earth, and there is a class of asteroids called potentially hazardous asteroids. These are those whose size is about above 100 meters, and that come within 75 lakh kilometers of the Earth. The one which is going to pass by the Earth tonight will be passing fairly close, but will not hit. This particular meteorite you are talking about whose information I have not yet gotten, but I think it cannot be the part of the same. It will be some other meteorite, and I think, as I am told, about 20 kilometers above the surface of the Earth, it broke or burst. Its size should be about between 30 and 100 meters. So that will cause sufficient strong air blast, and that can be destructive.
All right.
I hear,
right,
I hear that a lot of people have been injured. So it must be a size of this kind.
Is there cause for concern is my question to you, sir?
sure it is a cause for concern, but such events happen generally very rarely. Recently, there was about a 10-meter meteorite that burst over Indonesia in October 2009. The speed was about 20 kilometers a second, and the energy was estimated to be 50 kilotons. But this happened high above the atmosphere of the Earth,
Right.
and hardly any damage. But
All
in
right.
case there is one, which is at about 20 kilometers, damage is possible.
All right, Mr. Kapoor, thank you there for joining us. So, Mr. Kapoor, laying it out there for our viewers. Of course, it's a day of heavy celestial activity, but these two events, completely unrelated. We are expecting at about 1 in the night, India time, an asteroid to pass very closely on the Earth's surface. But what we are witnessing right now is a freak meteorite shower in Russia. Many people have been injured, but what experts are telling us is this is just a freak incident and there is no cause for worry. Let's bring in at this point of time Gohar Raza. He's a senior scientist. He's on the phone line with us. So Raza, if you can give our viewers perspective, because a lot of people would be looking at these visuals with a fair bit of apprehension.
See, there is no cause for apprehension because meteoroids are basically objects which are free floating in the space, and they generally are treated by us as debris which comes to hit maybe the atmosphere. Most of them get destroyed within the atmosphere. As they enter, their temperature goes up, their velocity goes up, and because of the friction and their chemical composition and interaction with the chemicals that are present in the atmosphere, they get destroyed before they reach the surface of Earth. However, about 500 to 1,000 of them every year reach the Earth, and about 5 to 6 can be found by people, not more than that, because 3/4 of Earth is water. And there is hardly any cause for concern, and in most cases we can't do much about it. This particular incident which has happened in Ural, the reports are that the meteorite was pretty large.
Right.
And while burning, there was enough material which burst at about 10,000 meters, which is 10 kilometers above the surface of the Earth. There are also reports that the splinters have been found by people. I don't know whether these reports are correct or not. They need to be confirmed, and it will take a little bit of time because there is panic in that area. That is what the reports are saying. And because of the panic, people must be exaggerating a lot of things. However, if this meteorite was made of iron, basically, then it would have hit the Earth.
Right.
But there were probably other material. Because of that, it burst, and the splinters have burst. There were shock waves. That is the report. The glasses of windows have been shattered. People are injured also, they are saying. Now,
Sir, over 250 people are injured, but you are suggesting that this is completely unrelated to any other celestial activity. It's a freak incident which has occurred, and there is absolutely no cause for panic. It won't repeat itself.
No. There is no repeatability which we can predict in any sense. And one of them comes across the Earth's orbit. So this happens. Now, one can't say that it will happen because of some agency, or it will happen because there is repeatability in it. There is no repeatability. It cannot be linked to any other phenomena.
All right.
This debris is floating around, and as we move, they come across our path.
All right. All right, Gohar Raza, senior scientist there. Thank you for joining us. Also, Mr. Paranjpe and Mr. Kapoor, gentlemen. Thank you there for joining us, giving us perspective on this freak incident of a meteorite shower which has taken place in the Ural mountains of Russia. Let's get a closing word from my colleague, Ruchika Tomar, who's standing by reporting on the story, picking up the very latest. Ruchika, of course, various experts putting the panic theory to rest. It's completely unrelated to anything else. It's a freak incident which has occurred and will not repeat itself. But at this juncture, what are you picking up? What kind of comments are coming in where the internet is concerned?
Very interesting ones, Preeti. And in lighter vein, people are talking about the celestial activity and saying if Mayans were wrong in predicting the year, saying all this is happening in 2013. They were also talking about how lightning struck the Vatican after the Pope resigned. But apart from that, we're just talking about the craziest footage that you can possibly get, and all of it is on social media. We're talking about Twitter here, where we can see how people have actually uploaded videos where you can see complete sound, the sonic booms that were heard, windows shattering, all of that together. So a lot of reports that are coming on Twitter. As we said, initially people were startled about what really happened, but then sooner we started watching how people started uploading videos of meteorite hitting Russia. In fact, these explosion, a streak of smoke that was seen in the sky, taking people completely by surprise, and then the loud noise that was followed. All of that now coming up on social media.
Ruchika Tomal, thank you there for joining us. Of course, these visuals that you see do remind you of any, end of the day movie which we've witnessed earlier. But as experts point out that this is not a doomsday film. This is none of that. It's just a freak incident, and there is no need to panic. Absolutely no need to panic. Ruchika Tomar, thank you there for joining us. We, of course, will keep tracking details of that story.